Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another board game unboxing. It's a game that we ordered off of Amazon, and it's by a publisher that we have grown to like through playing games on Board Game Arena. This game is not itself on Board Game Arena, but there are games on Board Game Arena from this publisher, and the publisher is What's Your Game? And we played Nippon on Board Game Arena. Madeira, we've tried. That's a really tough game, but which is another fine game. And finally, we played and ordered a game called Signore, or Signori, however you want to pronounce it, which we did an unboxing of last week, I believe it was, either last week or the week before. But those are three fine games by the publisher, and this is another game which is not yet on Board Game Arena. Hopefully it is. It will be someday, but we've watched videos on Slicker Drips, as well as, let's see who else did one. I believe John Gets Games did one on it, and I think, I want to say that Heavy Cardboard, but I'm not sure if they've done one yet on this one. This one's a tad bit lighter than those other games that I've talked about. But it's a very good work replacement action selection type game, which we like. And it was really cheap on Amazon. It was like less than $25, I think it was. So good price point, and it looked like a fun game. And they just came out a little while ago with an expansion for it, which I don't think is entirely available yet to everybody. But will be soon, which addresses a couple of the issues that were in the base game. But the base game is still a good game. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it and see what's inside the box. So packaged well, which we like. Unlike our last box, which came basically as a Christmas present, with just wrapping paper on it. But this is definitely, looks like it's not a great packing job, but at least it's in a box. So we'll give it that. So there you go. It's called Railroad Revolution. So, and we got a new version of that. So we're thankful that Bentley Games sent it to us, so thank you for that. It's in a box, which is good, but definitely would have liked a little bit of bubble wrap or something in it. But overall, not bad. So, again, the same company as that did Madeira. That did Signore, which we just got. But it's called Railroad Revolution by Marco Caneda and Stefania Nicolini. So it's Italian. Looks like designers there. So by What's Your Game? Very good company. And as you can see here, it's for 2 to 4 players, 45 to 90 minutes. And age recommended for ages 12 and above. So let's see here. So let's read it. See what we have here, what it's about. Try to get it to focus there a little bit. Okay. All right. So America in the 19th century, by passing the Pacific Railroad Acts through Congress, the U.S. government opened up the interior to the continent to a number of railroad companies. The race was so close, was on to cross the Great Plains and the Continental Divide and create a truly united United States of America. You are the head of a small railroad company on the East Coast, competing with rival companies to expand your rail network to the West. You will build train stations in cities that you connect to and contribute to the development of the first transcontinental telegraph. The Railroad Revolution has begun. And then it's in here in another language, which I assume is Italian. Either French or Italian, but anyway. All right, so there it is. That's the Railroad Revolution. As you can see, the game board here with all the different pieces. So, and you get your workers of all different colors, which we enjoy that when you have that. And each worker, the color represents a different job that that color meeple can do, and they all have special powers, which is really cool. We just played a game called Paladins of the West Kingdom, which had workers like that, which had different colored workers, which can do different jobs, essentially. But anyway, this is more modern, again, in the 19th century, so in the 1800s, mid to late 1800s. So here we go. Let's open her up. So same type of quality box as Signore there, which is, decent quality. Not great, but not bad either. Not quite as, not flimsy, I wouldn't say that, but just not as thick as some of the boxes we've gotten. But again, we only paid $20, so they kept their production costs down on it. But let's see what we get inside. So, alright. So yeah, definitely the same quality boxes like Signore there. So it definitely was nice that it came in a cardboard box. You definitely cannot send this without a cardboard box. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it here, but the box itself on the inside here, let's see if I can show it to you. So it got a little dented there, but it was able to absorb the impact and not damage the box, which is nice. But a little bubble wrap probably would have helped, or something like that. Some kind of cushioning there. And the box, because the box itself really isn't great quality. Again, it's adequate, I guess, but definitely not the greatest. So this is probably not going to take a lot of wear and tear, so I'll have to be careful with that. So let's take a look and see what we got here. So let's take a look. We'll take the board out first. So the board, decent quality, probably similar to Signore. Again, I'm not sure what kind of wear and tear this is going to take, but there it is. We'll open it up and show you the whole thing later on. So we're going to be going from the East Coast to the West Coast, building railroads, pretty much is what it is. Just like how it actually happened. So let's see what we got here. We got some, these are your stations, I think. So typical, wood components here, which is decent quality. So there you go. And it comes in, it's like 4 colors: black, blue, yellow, and red. So there you go. There's your stations there. So decent pieces there. And you get your railroads. So you get your railroads in here. You got your markers and everything. So let's see here. So again, all the first, and these are your markers for your tracks, I think, as well as I think for the victory points. And then these are the rails right here. Your rails are going to come in the 4 colors. So those are your rails. And the color of the rail, the yellow, and the blue, and the red. There you go. Alright, so plenty of rails and everything here. There are them. Decent quality. And then heart of the game here, the meeples. So these are kind of cool. So these are your male meeples, which are very similar, I think, to the ones in Signore there, the male meeples in there. So this one's like I said, they all have particular jobs. So you got and these right here are not player colors. These are the jobs. The white are the most generic workers. So let me show you. So there you go. So the white and that one there. And then I think these might be the one of them's engineers. One of them's the get to the rule book. What was it? Oh, the rule book's underneath this time. Okay. Usually it's on top. So we'll explain the different colors here. So it looks like you have let's see if we can get it to show up here. So I think these are the 5. I think there's 5 colors, I want to say. So let's get the rule book out so I can show you what these are. So let's see. Did they tell you what each color is? They should somewhere in here, I'm imagining. Yeah. Shows the 5 colors, but does not describe them. At least not in the front. I'm sure once you get into them, they describe them, because they do in the videos I've watched. They've explain what the different colors do. Anyway, we'll get to it as we go through the rulebook. So here's the rulebook here. Okay, so you got your components. So you get your, this says your 64 workers, 16 white, 16 purple, 12 orange, 12 gray, and 12 turquoise. And then you get your buildings right here for each of the player colors, your rails, and then your performance markers, which are basically your track markers there. Telegraph shares, which is another cool thing, which we'll get into when we open that up. I think the money is like is cardboard, thick cardboard money, so that's nice, which I like. I like that. And then your different city tiles, train tiles, milestone tiles, so lots of tiles, setup tiles, and then your bank notes, which is the money, which I think are tiles also. Bank notes, they call them. All right, so just to show you, let's put this back up. All right, so there are your initial preparation, your setup. So nice clear pictures. I like when you have a lot of pictures, not a lot of words. So it basically shows you what you're talking about. So you got your game board, your player boards and buildings, your money, workers, telegraphs, shares. So shares and money are going to be dealing a lot with here, mostly shares. Trains, milestones, performance markers, deal tiles, cities. Alrighty, we're back after a little hiatus. Sorry, we're in a different office now. So I'm going to finish the recording in here. Sorry for the lighting. I got it as best as I can. Unfortunately, the lighting isn't the greatest in here. But we'll try to finish it up anyway. So, all right, so we think we left off with, I think cities was the last thing we mentioned. And then we have telegraph, which is step 11. Get some slight delay there, so hopefully it'll fix itself. And then we have over here, setup tiles and common supply. So those are your 13 steps there. And again, it lists all the workers here. So let me get all the workers back in camera. So we still got some delay in the video here. So it mentions all the different workers. So let's see here. So white is non-specialized. So that's the general worker you're going to get when you start the game. Purple is the foreman. So purple is your foreman. So white allows you to promote a worker. Purple, a foreman, gives additional bonuses, usually related to gaining victory points. Orange is your accountant, so that'll be for getting makes actions cheaper. Gray is the negotiator, so it gives you additional bonuses, usually granting in-game benefits. And finally, turquoise is the engineer, which improves the main action, whatever the main action is on the board, which we'll get into a little bit later. But these are the still get some delay there. These are your describes the different types of workers and their abilities. So you have a main action right here, and then you have the white worker does the middle action, which is generally to promote workers, which you'll need to do to get certain milestones and end game goals, that kind of stuff. And then, as you can see here, you have a different color worker, which I just described in each one of these, and they give you different benefits. All right, so we still got some delay here. So all right, so these are the rest of the general rules here. Right there. And your stations, you're going to be building state telegraph stations. And rails, of course, railroad. This is how you do the rails in here. And your telegraphs. Again, sorry for the delay. I don't know what's causing that. Okay, and here are your, give it a second to focus in. These are your different milestones you have to get. And end of game and scoring. Chance to And then there. All right, and then here they go through all the tiles, which is nice. Your setup tiles, your train tiles, which you're going to flip your train tiles to get special powers. So you're going to want to be getting different trains and everything. Telegraph tiles. Cities first station awards. So you're going to have different levels of cities. Deal tiles. Different deals you're going to make. And on the back, which is really good, is your worker abilities with the different colors and everything. So station, railroad, telegraph, and trade, those are your different work replacement spots. And then what each color does, depending upon what type of worker you have, specialized worker. All right, so that's it there. And it comes with other directions too, I believe probably in Italian and French and maybe perhaps German. So it's different. The rules are in different languages in here. Voila. Okay, so that's a 16-page book. Might just be one other language. Maybe the French or Italian. I apologize for that, but I think it's I think this is because they're both 16-page books. So I imagine this is all just one language here. There you go. Looks like it may be French, not Italian. All right, and so here are your player boards, which I get the right way. So you're going to be putting all your rails and your stations and everything on here, and you can sell. These are prices for selling, so you can sell your different parts, right? To get money if you need to. And then here are the different actions. So kind of similar a little bit to the Signori board as far as size goes, but you put a main worker, a station action, your railroad action, your telegraph, and your trade, and then you're going to be able to using the white worker to promote right here, and then depending upon what color worker you have, you're going to have special different abilities there. So kind of neat. That's one of the reasons why we really liked it, was multiple worker powers and everything. And you get these extra workers through visiting the different cities and through accomplishing different goals. So this is the Monroe and Company one. So that's one of your companies. And then this one is going to be your Burlington Railroads. They give you special power for each one. Maybe it's the same power. I don't know. It looks like it's negative 800. It costs 800 for a worker, maybe. Anyway, a certain color worker. A worker of any color. And then this one is the WIM company, I guess. This is your blue. So you have your yellow, your red, and your blue. And then finally your black here. But pretty much the same, looks like. Yeah, they're all the same. But anyway, you'll get starting bonuses that'll affect how you start. You start a little differently. So here is the, I'll show you this one first. This is how you're going to score. Again, this is for the lighting, not the greatest lighting. Still working on it. Our new office area here. A new studio for recording. So yeah, this is scores your rails, your different station bonuses, Western Union and regular station bonuses, and then other different things which I'm not totally sure about yet. And depending upon which company you pick, you score it on that. All right, bunch of baggies as usual. Store all your different meeples. We'll bag up the different players. Okay, now here are the punch outs here. So these got ones with the guys on it there. These are different events that are going to occur during the course of the game when you reach certain parts of the game, and they'll be if you're the one to reach it, then you'll get to take both of these. But you have the chance to trade in shares. Alrighty, sorry about that. We didn't actually use our pop filter or set our microphone for that last recording, so we just apologize for that. And again, we get some delay here again. Anyway, as I mentioned there, these are your deal tiles. So these will allow you to do certain tasks like by trading shares. So if you're the first person to land on this deal thing, you'll get to do both of the trading shares to do both these actions, which allow you to upgrade a worker promote a worker and to I can't remember. I think go up on tracks is what this one is. But there's different deal tiles, deal material allow you to do different things. And then these are different bonuses. I believe these are the beginning bonuses you get. I think that's what they are. All right. So, these are kind of thin. They're not the thickest. Kind of like Ravensburger type quality. If you're familiar with them, Castles of Burgundy, stuff like that. And then here are some the money right here, which is the other thing I really like when they do money as tiles and not as paper. Again, a couple more deal lays here, deal tiles. This one will allow you to switch one worker of any color for another worker. And then this one allows you to, I think, to place a rail for free. Again, if you're the first person to land on it, you get both. And if you're not, then every other player gets to choose one or the two, but not both. All right, so these are just different denominations, mostly of money in here. Okay, let's see here. More money and a couple more deal tiles. So a lot of variability in the game, which I like. And then here are the milestones coming up. We can totally, yeah, there we go. Give it a second. So these are the different milestones. And you have to promote workers of different colors, so you lose them. But you gain like tons of victory points. Like some of these are like 18 victory points, or on all of these it looks like, and then 22 on some of these. And they all have different levels of tiles. Like these are A tiles and B tiles, so they come out in different phases of the game. And then these are your trains, which you'll get special abilities. This one will get you to promote 2 workers. This one will give you a $600 for most of these, and then you flip them. And then in order to use them again, you have to flip them. So at the end of the game, if they're on the good side here, on the original side, you get 8 victory points. Otherwise, you won't get any points. So those are some different things there. And some more, you can see they go up in victory points. And the mic wasn't adjusted that well. And I know it's a little echoey in this room. It's a big room, and we still haven't filled it all up yet. So it's going to be a little echoey until we do that. But we're adding some more furniture and moving in, so we're not totally moved in yet. This is a temporary office for now, but it may become a permanent office. We're not sure yet. But we like this office better than our other one. So there were some things that need to be fixed in the other office, so we had to temporarily move in the office building itself. So all right. More trains in here, different abilities. These are like higher level trains, so they allow you to lay track for a discount, which is nice. And let's see what we got here. Oops, as we push the workers around, 2 more deal tiles here, more denominating money, and yeah, more deal tiles. As you can see, they get really high up in price. Victory points. These are worth like 34 and 38 victory points. Higher level trains. These give you 3 shares every time you use them. So I think more starting tiles right here. Abilities. And one more it looks like here. So more trains. These give you promote 2 workers again. They give you 3 movements up the track. Which we'll show you when we set the game board. And then more abilities, starting abilities here on the right. Again, sorry. There you go. All right. So as we push away everything here. All right. So I'm going to set up the game board and show you what that looks like a little bit, and then we'll call it a video. So all right. So here is the game board right here. Again, it's a little like the Signori board. It's a little not flat yet. We're going to have to flatten it out with some textbooks, math textbooks. Are always good for that. But we'll show you that these are the tracks here on the right. And I did set up a lamp here, so sorry the lamp was in my eyes. But these are the 3 different tracks here. Looks like you have a Western Union track. You have your another track here for your buildings, which you're going to build in the different depots, I guess, or something like that. And then another track over here to the right over here. So we're going to start here in Washington, Charlotte, and then we're going to be moving over to try to build across the country here. And you can see these have little mountains here, so these cost extra to build in. For every mountain, it costs you an extra $100 to build a rail in it. But everybody can build, there's no restriction, everybody can build in every city. So you can lay down your tiles here, so all 4 players can lay tile in the different cities. But each will have a different bonus kind of thing, kind of like in Marco Polo. And those will vary, the different bonus tiles you have in the cities. And then here is where you set up your telegraph offices, and you'll get bonuses in that. But that's pretty much it. That's the gist of it. Your goal is to build as many rails and as many victory points as you can, building as many stations. If you're the first to build in the cities, you get different bonuses, and that's pretty much it. So that, again, sorry, I'm trying to get the whole map in there. So that is Railroad Revolution, and we'll get that production value up again once we get used to this office. But that's Railroad Revolution by What's Your Game? So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, and we'll see you in the next board game unboxing. Hopefully there'll be a little bit better production value there, but we wanted to make sure we got this one finished so we could start playing it. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.